Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. I'm just getting up. Coffee's brewing. And I figured, I'd do my mount training and everything, but I wanted to give out, a stream because and the trolls, some of the trolls are backing out of this channel quick. And they should. Because anybody who's been a long sub of mine will tell you one thing. Mystic's gonna call people out on bullshit. You all are gonna hate it. You all ain't gonna like where he's gonna go with it. But that's who Mystic is. Mystic's always been that person. And that's me in life. I don't care if 1 million people dislike it, 1 million people hate it. It doesn't change the fact that it's true.
Welcome.
It doesn't change the fact that it's true. It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't. You might not like what I have to say. That doesn't change the fact that it's true. And in that essence, I don't give a fuck if you hate it. I don't give a fuck if you dislike it. I don't give a fuck what you think. It doesn't change the fact that it's true. The problem with most people is their reluctance to believe what they see. Even when it's staring them in the face. Hey man, like I said, I support other content creators on this page. I have for years, and you guys, the proof is in the pudding. Hashtag timestamps matter. Ever since this channel's been conceived, I said I'm not in this for competition. That was not my motivation for becoming a content creator. I'm not competing with any of them. I'm not. Hell, at the one time I didn't even monetize my videos. I just wanted to help players get their heads out of this bullshit. What am I doing? Get their heads out of this bullshit that they were spoon-fed. They were fucking spoon-fed. It's BIS. It's shit. They all converted every fucking time. All your favorite content creators converted to what I said. That's a fact, Jack. And guess what? I don't give a shit if you like it or not. I don't care. I don't care. I said any class, any role since from the get. When people said no, it turned out to be yes. When people said no, it turned out to be yes. When people said no, it turned out to be yes. So do you think, like, when I call out a specific content creator for fucking stealing another content creator's build because he can't figure a different way to do anything, you don't think I'm not going to call him out? Bullshit. I give credit. If there's, I make alterations too. So if someone's like, oh, you take builds, dude, look at their builds, look at mine. Mine has alterations. We might use even the same sets. I make alterations. Why do I keep doing this morning? I want to go up to the crafting area. I don't know. I make alterations to the build. And then I say, okay, this, or you can use this, or you can use that. Then I go over the skills and why and whatever. If I've paid credit to other content creators for build ideas. I have. Because you know why? Because I believe in giving credit where credit is due. I believe in paying homage to the people who come up with these concepts. Paying respect. It's called respect. You selfish people. I think that's a terminology that's gone out the window for, I don't know, the last so many years, is called mutual respect. And you think you disliking it is actually going to offend me? If anything, I'm enjoying it even more. The fact that these fuckheads hate it. People were like, well, you should pay him respect. Why should I pay him respect? He said Twice Born Star was best when it wasn't. He fucking used to stack CP because he's an idiot. Then he takes another person's build, slaps it on his webpage, and I'm supposed to be comfortable when the man has never said sorry one day in his fucking life. I should respect that. Yeah, you can kiss my ass. When you have when you have that many people watching you, you have a responsibility. You do. This game you can do multiple things in. But once again, I reintegrate. The meta is the toxicity in this fucking game. It always has been. And the misconception of bullshit. It's what it's always been. When people say, oh, you don't know. How wouldn't I know, dudes? I fucking got fucking trial accomplishments back in the old school days on a DK healer. Don't fucking come to me. Don't talk to me like you know. You ain't known shit. You didn't know a fucking thing. I rode with Deltia and Vet with the DK healer. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, bitches. Don't tell me. You little fucking hating bitches. If I'm going to if I call out bullshit, I'm calling out bullshit. I don't care. Ain't nothing stopping that. Ain't nothing stopping that. And I've always told other content creators, I ain't coming after you if you ain't gonna do something stupid. If you do something stupid like biz or something dumb, yeah, I'm coming for you, man. I'll call you out. Dude, they used to talk about me on ESO Salt all the time. Dude, Mystic, you're on ESO Salt again. Like, I give a shit. I never go to the website. I don't care. I've been trolled since day uno. Why? Because I was on a Nightblade healer. And man, you people think you got something original when you coming in trolling me. Man, if anything, I think the trolling's getting weaker. I think it's getting weak. Guys, the trolls used to be better years ago. Holy flip. These trolls nowadays are weak as fuck. Can't even come up with good insults these days. Jesus. Sad. And then, you know, like I told one person, I said, mass stupidity is a real thing, man. It's real. You know why? Because people are influenced by something and they believe that to be the absolute truth. When in reality, the only reason they believe it is because they never looked at the other side of the coin. Even if you flip a coin and it lands on heads, tails is still underneath of it. I don't know what to tell people. I had to grow up in a very harsh reality at a very young age. I've seen things that I've never wanted to see in this life. But it also gave me insight to something that I never thought possible. Not just from one side, from every side. Because when you start thinking that, okay, if this is the case, then what's going on over here? If you start being more objective, then you get more answers instead of just one-sided, you know, perspectives. But not a lot of people have that reality. And I love it when people are like, dude. I'm like, look, man, time stamps matter. I have the videos. Zoss has probably nerfed at least 6, 7 of my builds in the past. I mean, when I'm saying nerfed, I'm talking nerfed to the ground nerfed. Like, gutted. And rightfully so. They deserve it. They deserve it. They should have been nerfed. I shouldn't have even came up with some of the PvP concepts I've ever came out with. At one time, I didn't want to put out my PvP shit. Not to say that it was the best. I just came out with toxic. And my skill level isn't even on par on some of the players. Like, Unreal is still, to this day, has schooled me in so many ways. Dove the Angry. I had a PvP against some of the top dogs on PS4 platform, and even in my opinion, some of the best in ESO. Period. Doesn't matter what platform. It doesn't even matter. But I came out with builds that you didn't even need skill to kill people. That's sad to me, but I did it. You know, I came out with builds that would literally just go ahead and kill people based on cheap mechanics.
Welcome.
That's what I did. You know? So, at the end of the day, I don't want to hear people whine and cry and bitch and be blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can actually, I'll take that back. You can actually whine, cry, and bitch because I think it's fucking hilarious. Because people think that I should be like kissing people's asses and worshiping the ground that these other people walk on. Why? Man, see, people want to say I'm toxic. I'm not toxic. I'm as real as it gets. The toxic shit is ostracizing anybody or anything who says different or otherwise. That's toxic bullshit. Toxic bullshit is when a new player comes in, and if they ain't got what you want, then they're we don't roll with them. You know, I've said what I want to do in my guild is groom people. Give them a little bit of freedom to explore their build options, and let's see how we can go ahead and improve upon it. Get it up to where they want it to be. Because that's the highlight in this game, man. For me, and I think for other players, is trying to find something unique and viable. Now, like I said before, sometimes things don't always work out the way a person anticipates it. But that's okay. That's fine. As a matter of fact, that's not even toxic. That's saying, hey man, let's take a look. Let's see what you got. Or hey man, let's take a look at this and see what's going on. You know? To me, that's being encouraging. That's called encouragement. But see, I'm not going to deal with people's bullshit attitudes, toxic behavior. The funny thing about it, every game has toxic players. I've never been a toxic player. Well, no, I actually have been. Sorry, my bad. Because I was an elitist at one time, and my expectation, and I think that still comes out every once in a while. But what I want to try to do is try to give players things. This is why I promote other content creators, because I like other people's ideas and builds, and I don't try to rag on builds. I never try to rag on anybody's build. I'll rag on a person, but not a build. And the reason being, because one of the things I like to do, I want to promote as many ideas in this game as possible. The more diversity we have, the better. Diversity is the spice of life, right? We come from different cultures, different ethnic backgrounds, all different, circumstances in which we've been raised. And all of these are factors to make things very, unique in life. When you come across somebody and you meet somebody in life for the first time, you want to get to know them. Why do you want to get to know them? Because they have a different perspective. They have a different background. They have a different view potentially. Maybe they've experienced something you haven't. You want to get to know what they're about. You know? And the funny thing about it is, what do we latch onto though? A lot of the times, most people latch onto commonalities. That's why it's called commonality, right? You know, birds of a feather flock together. Misery loves company, right? Because when we see things from one way, we want to be associated with people who see things the same way or not at all. But that's not reality. Reality of it is everybody sees things differently. So once again, if people don't think, I'm not going to call people out on bullshit. Y'all have been high since day uno. Do I like to do it? I hate doing it, actually. Why do I do it? Because people need a heavy dose of fucking medicine. Reality in a bottle. Poured in a spoon and shoved down their throats. My one dude, he was like, so what you were saying about that build video, the builds being the same? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I checked it out. They are. I was like, yep. And he's like, wow. He's like, wow, dude, that's an eye opener. I'm like, right? No alteration. He's like, no credit. No credit. Nobody's even giving each other credit. They just snag it up. And I'm like, yeah. And they're calling me toxic? Yeah. Yeah. Get over yourselves, man. Get over it. You know? I mean, and it's fine. Because like I said, like I run Torox Pack. I still would like to know who originally came up with the Torox Pack tank idea. It might have been Outcast. Might have been, well, he doesn't tank. But I've always said to whoever did that, that was brilliant. And that's more of a common, now it's a common set for tanks. Torox Pack, Crushers, and I pay homage to that. And I've said, hey man, Outcast got the best rotation, hands down, during anything, especially during a mechanic. You can't beat the man. The man's, before even timers were out, dude's on it. Dude's uptime in everything. He is a beast at it. He's a beast. And I pay credit and homage to that. So do I hate him? No. I just call people out on bullshit. There's a lot of my friends see in my life, me and my friends, we don't let each other slip. We don't. We have to call each other out on bullshit. Why? It keeps us grounded. Keeps us leveled. When you say, you look like, dude, what the fuck you talking about? I just saw you over there. Did you not? And they're like, oh yeah. Why? Because you don't catch them. You don't want them to. You don't want your friends to be slipping. Last night, we were questing in the guild, and next thing you know, I was like, it's over here, and it wasn't. And my dude's like, where was it? I was like, okay, I was wrong. He's like, I know you could say it, but I like to hear it from time to time because it's a reminder we all can be, right? We all can be. And that's why I love my dudes. That's why I love them. And honestly, you guys need to wake up, get a dose of reality if you don't think I'm not going to call out people.
There's an urgent task.
If people don't want to pay the homage and pay the respect where it's due, like I've said, all you have to do is pay respect. I go ahead, I promote other content creators. I always have, I always will. Why? Because it's not, for me, it's not a competition. There never was. It's about providing something for somebody to learn. That's all. Giving them a different perspective. And then when you call other people, if you hold other people accountable, right? When you hold other people accountable, then that makes a world of a difference in the end, because they themselves will start being more respectful towards other people. and where they got these ideas at. And in the end, that's all I want for this community. What I want for this community is to be, embracing of each other. All right? I've always, like I said, beginning of my video, I have embraced the possibilities. And that starts with, you know what I'm saying? Opening your mind and seeing things. But if people want to be disrespectful, then I'm going to disrespect them. If they're going to literally steal another build and slap a tag on it, do you think that deserves respect? Is that a respectable action? No, it's not. And why do they do it? To stay relative. That's why they do it. And that's the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, then get the fuck out. And live in your world of denial. Peace.